You're listening to Money Making Mothers with Carla Edwards, where we discuss the highs and lows of being a working parent, how to master the art of spinning plates, and remind ourselves that just because you became a mother does not mean your dreams no longer exist. You can have it all.
Hi everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Money Making Mothers, where I am joined by not one but two mothers. Now, their story is quite unique and, in my opinion, a 21st century love story. Now, they've had highs and lows along the way and managed to simultaneously run a business as well as go through the struggle of having a baby. It's very interesting, so I hope you all enjoy this one.
Hiya, I'm Ella.
And I'm Millie.
We're a married couple. We have our salon based Coat Beauty and we have one daughter.
So I'm absolutely buzzing to have you two on because you're also very good friends of mine and the best nail artists in the Northeast, in my opinion. So I know you've got a really interesting story, and that's what I want to try and get across because, like I always say, it's not everything on social media isn't perfect and there is hardships to get where you are. So can I start by asking, why do you do what you both do?
I'll let you start with that one.
Oh, we love what we do. So we first got into it, so I was a florist for 7 years and I worked full-time, and then I changed my job to a different florist. It was still a florist, but a different shop. And I worked part-time there, and I needed something else to bring in a little bit more income for me. And I was just thinking about what I could do, and I'd done an art degree and an art diploma, so I quite like to paint. So I thought I could paint nails, so that's what I decided to do. So I went on a couple of courses.
Literally drove down to IKEA, got a desk, 2 chairs, a lamp,
some bits,
set up a little corner in back
12
bedroom.
colours. That was it.
We were just laughing about that the other day, going through photos.
Yeah, we were.
But yeah, it was just.
And then it just happened from there. Yeah, didn't it?
It was Millie's mum's idea, actually.
Yeah, it actually was. We have to give the credit.
She just went, "Why don't you do nails?
Why don't you paint nails? Yeah.
Why don't you just paint nails?"
Just paint nails. That's all we do, really. Just paint nails.
And it feels a bit more.
Little did we know.
So
it's turned into more than that.
Yeah, it has.
So then how did you get involved, Ella?
Well, I was doing lashes and brows on the side, on evenings and weekends, because I had a full-time job at the time, which I really wasn't enjoying. And my heart was just totally in the business I wanted to be in at full-time. So just end of last year, I left my full-time job and took the leap, because it's just so daunting not to have a solid, guaranteed income.
Not from either.
That's one of the massive jumps when you go self-employed, is the money side of things. But it's really paid off. Obviously, it was a slow start, but luckily we had Christmas right round the corner. I had time to, get a little client base of my own. And yeah, it's just taken off from there, really. Really enjoying it.
Yeah.
So do you think, Millie, in the beginning, was it more the fact that you didn't like your job or you wanted more freedom? What was it like? Why?
No, I did like my job. I really did like my job. But the winters were so long, and there's no heating in the florist. It's really cold.
Yeah, because the flowers will die.
Yeah, so it just felt like a lot of cold, and
she'd always come home with a little red nose.
Yeah, little red cheeks. I just thought I didn't necessarily want to do it forever, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. So once I started this, and it took off, and it went more and more, and I was working I'd start working the florist 8 o'clock in the morning. I'd be coming home, finish at 4, start nails at 5.
Till 9.
Till 9, yeah. And then I was working Sundays, doing nails every day.
Just trying to build a client base.
Yeah, I just worked anything. Anytime anyone would come, I would do the appointment. So it just got to the point where I couldn't fit anything else in. And I thought, I'm just going to...
I think that's one of the things as well when you go self-employed, is you just have to...
You have to just do it.
You have to just do every hour, possible.
Yeah.
Just to build it up.
Say no, isn't it, at first?
It was really difficult, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. But I mean, it's paid off now. But I did leave to a decent client base. I built quite a bit up before I left my job.
Made sure.
Yeah, so that it wasn't as daunting. But those days at the beginning are scary.
Very
Really scary.
And how long do you think it took you to build up the courage to be like, right, I'm just going to do it. I've got enough client here. I'm going to be able to survive.
I think like,
Was it about a year before you left?
that's a bit more, I think. Probably about 18 months, I think. I think after a year I could have done it. And then I was just nervous. And I probably clung on another 6 months trying to balance everything. And then I just thought, no, like Christmas was coming at the time, like for me as well. And it was a good time because I knew it was going to be full and I could fill it up. So I thought, right.
I think once it got to the point where you were turning people away, you thought, right, now's the time.
Yeah, that's when it was, yeah.
To jump.
Yeah.
And do you find it easier saying no to clients now? Like if you've got enough on?
No.
I know, I still struggle with the word no.
It's awful. Like it's actually like one of our traits is like we just still like put
it's
people
just a
in
weakness, like
in our own time.
We always plan to have a Monday off, and like I don't know whether we've had one yet.
We don't like to let anybody down, especially our clients.
No, yeah.
So we just work over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's grew massively now, isn't it? Like from what it was.
Oh God, yeah.
With an IKEA table and a lamp.
Yeah, now
I know.
it's more than that, and it's
Honestly.
2 full-time jobs now.
We are going to post like a couple of photos on the business page, aren't we, about like where we started and like where we are now, because we're actually getting our garage conversion started on Monday. So that's going to be like the big salon. So it's a massive jump from like
From
a
being in
corner.
the house, yeah.
I'm not joking. This back bedroom had like our wardrobe in
At one end.
at one end, and then a desk at the other. That was how like.
I don't even know why people kept
I
coming.
know.
I remember I was one of the first. I used to still come with
Yeah,
it.
you were.
Yeah.
Day one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's really grown massively.
Yes, yeah.
We're so happy.
So obviously, in between all of this, then little Everly come along. And how do you find now the juggling everything you've just said and what you're doing, and it's in fact it's full-time jobs and you can't say no, you find it hard to say no. How do you find doing that and being mothers?
I mean, luckily we have like amazing family around us, don't we? Like both our mums are sort of part-time, so they really chip in. I've still got like my grandparents that are capable to have it for a couple of hours here and there.
Yeah, I find it easier.
It is a juggling.
To say no now, though.
Yeah, a juggling act.
Like I have to now a bit.
Yeah, and one of you is always going to have to take on more of the workload. So like I'm doing most of the work, and Millie is, spending most of the time looking after the baby, because you have to, don't you? You choose to have a baby, you can't just then like leave them.
Yeah.
So it's just a total juggling act.
Yeah.
1 week is different to the next.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't, like, in terms of maternity, it's not because you're self-employed, it's different, isn't it? So like you've got 9 months,
like you only get
just chill out and you're going to get paid.
Yeah, like I can't just be off for 9 months.
No, like you get the statutory for 9 months, is it?
Yeah, then I can do like obviously my back to work days, which I'm doing at the minute. So
yeah, you can do like 10 back. Is it 10 back to work days? Yeah. Something like that. Anyway.
Keep in touch.
So, but yeah, so in December that all ends. So we're gonna have to come up with a new plan of how we're gonna make up that money that we're gonna be obviously down.
Yeah.
But also having the baby looked after, which is gonna be a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously before Everly, the whole your base coat beauty was your baby, wasn't it? Like that's what
it was. Definitely more Millie's, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you grew
now
up
it's
from the
both
ground.
the babies, but I'm still doing as much as I can. I'm doing a lot of social media at the minute as well.
Yeah, Millie's definitely taking over the social media side of things, because that is like it feels like a full-time job in itself. Posting and replying and commenting and keeping it
all running and
keeping like the algorithm up, is it?
Yeah.
Like the
momentum.
The momentum of the followers going up. And
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, so
I don't know. But, your social media is always on point. It's mint all the time.
Thank you.
Well, that's all, Millie.
That's me.
But now you've got I suppose now you've got more than one main priority, haven't you? Obviously now the baby comes first before the business.
Definitely. But
yeah.
Because we're both obviously doing it. Like this is our income. Like if this slows down, like we won't be able to pay bills, and like
there needs to be enough work for me to come back to.
Yeah. So we can't let this slow down, but also it's like throwing a baby into the juggling act.
Yeah.
It's all got to keep running.
How have you found that, Ella, taking over, being from, like, obviously Millie being the one who does the majority of it?
Really enjoyable. I mean, obviously, like, I struggled with the nail art at first. I didn't go to university. I didn't get an art degree. So
I've taught you though, haven't I?
lockdown was really useful because we would sit
nail art.
at the desk and she would like train me every day on all different designs, and it really paid off because people like loving my art. If I can say that.
And
But
you
no, I love it. I'm really enjoying it.
Like, do you love it? Do you get a buzz off it, like learning and
I do.
everything different? That you
I
obviously
do.
your background's completely different to this.
I just love working. I love like, oops. I do. I love working. No, it does. It gives me a buzz, and I like to be able to, you know, like support like my family and stuff like that. It makes me feel like I've got, like, I think because Millie's like breastfeeding and stuff, and like sort of the main caregiver to the baby, like it makes me feel like I'm doing my bit, you know, by working and things.
Yeah.
So that's nice. I like that.
Yeah. That's your slice of the pie. Is that I'm you doing nail art, you can carry on with the breastfeeding, and then we're equal.
You keep the baby alive, I'll keep the business alive.
So, in terms of obviously everything, now I know the ins and outs of it, but people listening don't. So, like I said to you earlier, I think it'd be really interesting to discuss what's been the most difficult time of the journey so far, in terms of, you know, where you're at now compared to where you were.
I mean,
there's difficult bits all
well, from like, yeah, as you said earlier, starting up from,
I think starting from nothing and keeping on going, even though you're sort of losing the will a bit when you've got no one coming, and you've got to keep painting your own nails over and over and putting them in different poses and taking different pictures to post them, so it looks like you've got clients when really you haven't. That's a little bit disheartening and hard. And then having IVF and trying to run a business is hard. So there's been different parts of it.
I'm gonna be nosy because I know, because I think it's incredible what you've done. Tell me more about the IVF and what happened and how you did that whilst running a business.
Oh God, where do you start?
Oh my God.
It's really interesting though, to start from the beginning.
I know. Well, Millie's got like a family friend who is an embryologist in a clinic in Greece, a private clinic. And when we got engaged, he sort of said to Millie's mum, "Look, if you want to, you know, let Millie and Ella know if they're ever interested in having a baby,
like, come to me.
Like, just let me know and I'll have a consult with them." So basically, he came around in the October 2018. We had a chat. Flew out in March, checked the clinic out. It was stunning. Yeah, flew out in July.
We got married in the June. In the middle.
Got married in the June.
The wedding of the century.
Just threw a little wedding in there.
Flew out in the July. Had the egg retrieval, and then flew out in September and had the transfer. But like you say, all while trying to keep the business running. So
just for the people who don't understand that, i.e. me, what is an egg retrieval and what is an egg in, what was the other thing? So
like I had like injections and scans and everything to check that everything was going right, and then the injections make you create more eggs, more follicles, and then we flew out, and they keep an eye on you and everything, and then they do an egg collection, so they sedate you, they collect your eggs, as many as are mature and as many as, you know, are good to go. Take them, fertilise them.
She's really talking it down. It's frigging hell. Like,
yeah, it's really hard.
It is.
It was hard.
It is daily injections. It is internal scans. Like, we had to drive up and down the country. We had to fly up to Greece. Like, and then the egg retrieval is like basically a big needle that they go in with and pluck like each individual egg off. I think there was like 30 odd eggs, was there?
Yeah, but I got 15 mature eggs.
So they pluck 30 odd eggs out of you. They fertilise them, you know, mature with them in a dish, and then so many get through. We had 7 through, and then they froze them, and Everly was one of them. We went back in September, defrosted her basically.
You're making it sound easy now.
Popped her in.
All right.
There's no way.
We've got
There's no way.
6 left in the freezer, you know.
It's hard to describe it if you don't know.
It's
because
hard.
If somebody tried to describe it to me before, I'd seen
try and
it.
simplify it down to explain it.
So what happened when, obviously, did you try once and it wasn't successful? Or was that, what was that before with the...
No, that was like the first time it worked. So when we went over in the July and we had the egg collection and we had the embryos were there and there were 5-day blastocysts, we should really have had like an embryo transfer then, but because I'd made so many eggs, I was at a risk of over hyperstimulation, which is where you get poorly basically. And so they said it was safer for me to wait 3 months. So we came home.
We were devastated though.
Yeah, we were.
And all the while in between this, still having to keep the business afloat.
Oh God, yeah. Like I think we did see like a big drop in like the income that year. Obviously, we having to have so much time off for the wedding, like the honeymoon, flying out to Greece 3 times with the IVF. So that was like put a massive strain because obviously like we had to pay for the IVF as well. Like it wasn't like on the NHS or anything. So it was a difficult year. It really was.
Yeah, stress levels, like...
Stress, yeah, and they tell you not to be stressed when you're going through IVF. But how can you not be when it's the most stressful thing you can go through in life? So, but we were really lucky, really lucky.
I mean, you were still, I know, Millie, you were still working even in between scans, injections, dealing with...
Yeah, like I'd just be, on the morning, I'd be like driving up to Bishop Auckland Hospital to have a scan and my blood's taken, and then I'd have an appointment starting at 11 o'clock or whatever, so...
Racing round the North East.
And what about when, obviously, it was a success and the defrostation worked? Like, then what? How did you do?
The thawing.
The transfer, yeah. So you have like, you have it transferred. We were in Greece and we stayed a couple of days extra just to like chill, like they say, try and be calm. So we did, and then we flew home, and then I worked again. And you have 2 weeks to wait, so it's like 14 days, which is actually probably the worst bit. Like
they call it like the 2-week wait,
yeah.
which is basically where you're not allowed to do your own test because
it could be false.
Yeah, it's just bad for your mental health.
Yeah, and you're just awake day and night, like googling everything, like what was this twinge, why have I sneezed, like everything that you think.
And then you're told
pregnancy.
not to be stressed, which makes you even more stressed.
Yeah.
So,
but in those 2 weeks, we did work and stuff.
You just got to keep yourself busy. We used to go to the beach, go to the cinema, work, see family, just really try and keep your mind off it because it's torture.
That was the most
torture.
That, yeah.
And then did you work throughout pregnancy then?
Yeah, just normal.
Obviously until lockdown came.
Yeah, until the lockdown. But like at the beginning, obviously it's hard because you're sitting opposite somebody who you've done the nails for like, 3 years or whatever, 4 years, you know them. You don't want to tell too many people because you don't want everyone to know everything about you, what's going on, but you want to tell someone or something because it's all that's going round and round in your head. So like that's really difficult.
What you mean while you're in the wait?
Yeah, like while you don't really know, or when you're at the beginning of your pregnancy and you're still a bit nervous.
When you haven't announced it.
People, yeah. And like everything made me feel sick.
Yeah, that was hard. Not telling the clients, like sitting opposite them and being like, what, 10 weeks and still not being able to tell them really.
I did tell
something bursting out your mouth like
yeah we did crack with a lot of them. Oh God, but you create a bond with your clients. They're like your friends.
They are really, but like it's hard to keep it in, but at the same time you don't want to tell. It's like a hard situation, and also I felt really sick. I was
like gagging over the table.
But what would you, if anyone else is out there who's going through or thinking about doing IVF, or what would you say?
I think everybody's journey is different. We obviously had a really successful and almost enjoyable experience. We are lucky. But I think it was easier for us because we always knew that this was going to be the only avenue that we could take. Do you know what I mean?
Like we were going to have fertility treatment to have a baby.
So I can't sort of speak for, What?
You're definitely going to have fertility treatment to have a baby.
I think like when what we're saying is like when it's like somebody who's maybe not anticipated that, and then
you know, say a man and a woman, you know, we can't speak for how they are going to feel going through it, because it's probably
a longer journey.
It's not the first option they would like to take.
Yeah, what you're saying is that, like, you always knew that was, if you wanted to have a biological baby, that would be the only way you'd be able to do it. Whereas
it was going to have to involve some sort of
yeah. So, but I would just say, you know, if it does come to that, and that is the only avenue you can take, you've just got to
be as positive as possible.
Be positive and calm, and just trust the process, and trust your consultants and your body, and just pray and hope. That's all you can do. It's a miracle, really.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And science.
I just can't believe, you know, you've got, like, how many brothers and sisters is this still in the, like, wait?
Well, there's six frozen.
Yeah.
We're not going to say we're going to have them all.
Yeah, no, I don't need a football team. Seeing as though she doesn't want to carry any of them, I don't think so.
You're not carrying, Ella? You're not going to carry?
No, it's not for me. It's not for me.
Oh, poor Millie. Just go through.
I enjoy it. I really enjoy it.
She loves it. She can't bloody wait to do it.
I love the whole thing, so I'm happy to, but not 6 more times. But yeah.
But I suppose one very good thing to come from, like, the situation is that, one, you know when you're going to be having a baby, because you can actually plan it. You know, like, you can put it in, and because you're self-employed, you can pretty much work that round yourselves. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, a lot of the beginning process of the IVF, I was still in my full-time job, and it was really difficult trying to get time off and getting out of work to go to the scans and like some of the appointments in England. You just felt like guilty and like, oh god. But actually, they I think they do need to let you go, really, don't they? Like,
if you speak to your employer, like, there's
but it's just better that now. You just have, that's one good thing from being self-employed, is that you don't have,
exactly.
You've got your own timetable. Yeah.
You just work it around you.
Oh, well, I think it's amazing what you've done, honestly. I really do. I think the whole thing,
Thank you.
Obviously having a baby is a miracle anyway, but that was just,
oh yeah, it is.
Wow. I think it's so interesting. But so one of my favourite question to guess is, if your child could learn anything from you both, what would it be? Now, for this, I want 2 separate answers.
All right, you go first, Millie.
Okay, so I think I'd like her to learn how to balance her life. So, like, I want her to work hard, but I don't want her to work all the hours. Like, I'd like her to be, if she wants her own family, I don't know whether she will, but if she does want to have her own family, I want her to be able to, you know, balance that with working, but also being successful. I think it's hard to get that fine line.
Yeah.
Hoping that we can achieve it, to pass it down.
Do you think you're getting there?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, I want
one
to
of us
be,
is
kind and all those things too.
What are you with your balance? Like, is that because you feel like you struggle with the balance, or?
I think, like, I'm trying to get it right. Like, I want to get it right. So I don't want her to be like just looked after by our family all the time while we work. And yeah, we'll have like a financial stability for her, but like, I don't want it to just be that. I want us to be here as well, and I think that's hard to get that.
When you're self-employed, it's hard.
Yeah, definitely. When you don't know how to say no. But yeah,
the money's totally dependent on whether you say no or yes.
Yeah, like if I'm sat at the desk painting nails, I'm making the money, so it's hard.
Because then you think, oh well, if I do this extra person, I'll be able to buy her this or something. But,
yeah.
But would she prefer your time? You don't know. Do you know what I mean?
You there, so it's balancing that.
And you've also, like, it is that, and like, I know myself, when you work and self-employed, sometimes it's hard to remember to put yourself first as well in your own self-care. And I think
exactly,
important in terms of balance is, yes, work hard and do everything you can, but at the same time, remember you're only human and you have to give yourself love and attention and time to relax and chill, because otherwise you're going to run yourself around.
Exactly. I mean, I'm sat here painting people's nails and doing people's eyebrows, and I've got a monobrow and my nails are hanging off. Do you know what I mean? I need to learn that.
Looking sexy, Ella, looking sexy.
I'm not a great ad.
What about you, El?
I've thought about this. I wanted to learn, like, obviously it sounds so cliche, like she can like be whoever she wants to be and do whatever she wants to do, but I think because like she's going to grow up and she's going to see us, she's got like 2 mums who like got married when it was still sort of a bit frowned upon, and like, do you know what I mean, like it wasn't really the norm still. Yeah. And we became like self-employed and we started our own business from the ground, and we started a family. Like I just wanted to look at us and think like, yeah, like we've sort of like, you know, it's not really the norm, like our life. And yeah, I wanted to look at us and think like, oh well, my mum's like did what they wanted to do to make them happy. Like I'm gonna, like I don't want it to think like, oh I can't be a lesbian, or oh I can't. I'm not saying she's gonna be, because she might be. She can just be whatever she wants. I don't want to think, oh I'm gonna have to be a lesbian because my mum's are.
Like what they're gonna say when I bring a boy home.
I can imagine it coming out to me as straight in like 10 years, 20 years.
No, we just want to be whoever she wants to be.
Like I wanted to be just whatever she wants to be, and career-wise, everything. I just wanted to be happy, really.
Yeah, like
just learn that you can be.
Yeah, because again, you don't. I think sometimes it's people forget why they're actually doing it, and the whole reason people do.
That's so true.
And they do what they're doing, and they're with people is because it makes them happy. Ultimately, that's why it starts. Like you said at the beginning, you did this because it made you happy, you liked it, and it's so easy to lose sight of why you actually started doing it. And it's the really goals for everything in life. You know, as long as you're happy, everything else around it will fall into place. But your happiness is ultimately the most important thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what we want for her.
Yeah, well, it's because you're on like this rat race, aren't you? Like of like making money and paying bills and and you just get into a rut sometimes, and you got to think like, oh, like I love this, and I'm just gonna enjoy it. And
so how are you going to show that? How are you going to show that? You know that she has to, because she's gonna learn from you both, isn't she? So how are you going to show that the most important thing is to be happy?
Oh my God.
Oh, I don't know. Tell her constantly.
Be happy. Ourselves.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know that one.
Really hard question.
Just sort of be ourselves and
just be happy and just do what we do, and
just
hopefully she'll be
just create a happy environment and a happy family life, and just make her feel like,
and just support her in anything. Just support her in anything she wants to do, and
just be open.
I'm
going to be able to come to us. I just want to be open, and just I wanted to be able to come to us with anything, no matter what it is.
Cool, Mum.
Me, obviously, Ella.
Who's going to be the one that says, "I won't tell you, Mum. I won't tell you, Mum"? That's definitely
that's you.
I'm definitely like the dad.
I'm the strict one.
No, honestly, like obviously I know we're friends as well, but you're extremely, like you said earlier, you've overcome most obstacles, and you're not your norm in any aspects of your life, and you've made you've made it such a lovely. I love like your home. You walk in your house and there's such a lovely vibe, and it's just gone.
That makes me so happy.
Because you've created that together, and you've created it because you both are doing what you make you both happy, and that's what's important. And he's so talented. He's saying it like, oh, we paint nails. You don't paint nails. It's not painting nails. It's literally banged off on hands. It's mental.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Yes, it is. It's incredible. Especially my Ibiza nails, Millie. They were the best.
Oh yeah, you love those. I wasn't so keen.
But if people want to look where you are and want to look at what you do, where would they go to?
On Instagram, it's at beauty_basecoat, and on Facebook, I think it's Basecoat Nails, isn't it? Yeah. We must update that, but at the moment, it's Basecoat Nails.
Yeah.
And are you taking on more clients?
Soon.
Next year when Millie's back.
When I'm back properly.
Oh, well, thank you both so much, for taking time out of your schedule. And the whole time that we've been doing this, little Everly, is she asleep or is she awake?
She's fast asleep.
She's nodded off now,
Oh, she's beautiful. But yeah, thank you so much, and keep being your amazing, inspiring selves. I love yous.
And you, babe.
Thank you.
You have been listening to the Money Making Mothers podcast with Carla Edwards. If you have enjoyed the show, then leave a 5-star review on iTunes. Make sure to tune in next time, and don't forget, you can have it all.